You're on Breakfast with Chris Taylor on ABC Radio Sydney.
Chris Taylor with you, filling in for James Valentine here on Breakfast. And if, like me, you sometimes like to go down rabbit holes looking at bad TV and bad TV ads from yesteryear, then can I recommend VHS Revue to you? The man behind it, David Green, loves to go through old VHS tapes. He pores through them to search for the truly awful, the truly cheesy, and the truly daggy television of the 1980s. David Green, good morning.
Hey, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thanks so much for getting up and telling me about... Well, this is a really good idea. Where did this come from?
Thanks. Well, my dad had a whole bunch of special VHS tapes in the cupboard that were, like, preserved indefinitely. It was, like, really, really... high-quality stuff that you couldn't tape over. There was the 1985 Australian Grand Prix and with some 1984 Olympics clips, but like the reception was really, really awful, so they had this hiss noise through it. And one day I thought, I'm actually going to watch these tapes and see what's on them, and it was full of all these... This is maybe 15 years ago that I made the first episode of VHS Revue. All these weird ads that I'd never seen before, ads for like Commodore computers and, things you can't really get away with today. And I just thought it was so bizarre that, I should put them on the internet and do a little highlight reel thing. And it started with one tape, and now I've done 38 and we got 12 more to go this year.
God bless your father for hanging on to his old VHS, because I reckon I tried to hang on to mine for a while. I used to, record favourite comedy shows and movies off the TV, and I reckon my mum just did a clear out at some point when, even she saw the end of VHS coming. But God bless your father for not being a tosser-outerer and for you to pour through the archives, because, some of this stuff, I guess, is uploaded to YouTube, some, famous ads from the 80s, but a lot of it isn't. So you're doing the real archival work that Australia needs.
Yeah, like sometimes that's part of the thrill, Plenty of ads are on YouTube now, but every now and then you find something and I'm like, this could be the only copy of this. You put it up and some people have never seen it before. Other people go, oh my God, you've just unlocked this memory. I remember this. It's some ad you haven't seen for 25 years, but you remember the phone number, you remember the address and all those things. So I guess the ad was sort of effective.
The latest episode, I understand it, is focusing on 1986, the glory year of 1986. We've got a few clips to play, and I'll get you to talk us through them. Firstly, why 1986?
Well, this is the first Sydney episode that I've looked at. It's a recording of a mini-series called Christopher Columbus. It aired in July 1986. It's actually my friend Dan Illick gave me a bunch of tapes from his uncle's house.
Right. So all your friends are raiding the VHS collections of their relatives from yesteryear.
Yeah, a lot of deceased relatives. Some tapes I've just found in the street on Hard Rubbish. But yeah, this one came from Dan, and I haven't even gone through all of them. So this is just the first one that I picked. I don't even bother watching the actual program that's recorded on it. I just skip forward to the ad breaks because, ironically, that's the more entertaining thing.
No, the gold's in the ads. And it was obviously 1986 was coincidentally the year of Charles and Diana's wedding. Here's from your latest episode of VHS Revue. Here's Channel 7's sell on being the best place to watch Charles and Di's wedding.
Only 7 has Alistair Burnett, close personal friend of the royal family, who did that famous interview with Charles and Di. 7 also has Colin Stanley Hill. Remember his program about Princess Michael recently? They'll have 10 cameras inside and 44 cameras outside the Abbey to back them up. Finally, the Thames coverage of the wedding itself starts live from London at 6:30, more than 90 minutes before the others.
See, I listened to that. It sounds like a comedy sketch.
Yes, 54 cameras. You can't miss that. I should point out as well, it wasn't Charles and Diana in 1986. It was Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson.
Oh, it was the lesser royal wedding, right?
They were hoping that was going to be as big as the
Charles and Di one. Who was the celebrity they were really talking up that had the year of the royal family? I had never heard of them.
Some royal commentator. I don't know. There's another. I've got another clip from the episode. There's a promo for Terry Willis's show where he interviews the Queen of Fleet Street. I think her nickname was Jean Rook. And you think royal commentators are bad now. have a listen to this clip.
Tomorrow on TWT, meet the Queen of Fleet Street.
Fergie looks like an unbrushed red setter struggling to get out of a hand-knitted potato sack.
Her critics say Jean Rook writes with a poisoned pen. Her latest target, Sarah Ferguson.
She might have been licking that pen too.
The Prime Ministers used to get involved in ads back in 1986, so Hawkey did a bit of advertising. Here he is.
This is the edge of Australia, and it could be almost anywhere along our huge coastline. Beyond this very shore is the rest of the world. Other countries, other cultures, and regrettably, some conflicts. However we would like to think of our country, Australia is part of that world. And that's why our defence is important. But let's not have any illusions about immediate threats. It is apathy, that is our enemy. The assumption that things might not change in the future.
The extraordinary thing there is that Hawkey's not doing a beer ad, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't imagine any other Prime Minister doing that. I mean, I can't imagine any of them, with the sort of authenticity and gravitas to advertise the army. But I found some other PM ads. Hawke was Prime Minister at the time. That's what sort of makes that a bit unusual. But I found an ad of former Prime Minister Gough Whitlam. It was in the late 80s. He's advertising Voca fax machines.
Really?
I just thought it was bizarre. So I remember
Well, there's hope for ScoMo then, isn't there? Because I know he's scouring around for life after politics. If we just tell him, he could be the new Mark Taylor, just selling Fujitsu air conditioners.
Yeah, I mean, he was a child actor in the 70s.
He was. People forget that about ScoMo. He started out as a child actor.
And I think I found a clip of him in a Vicks Vapor Drop ad. I'm not 100% sure if it's him or not. It certainly looks like a child version of him, but he denies it's him. He says he was in some other ad for Vicks or something like that.
We do have another one. We're chatting with David Green. He's a comedian. He was also a former writer for the wonderful Mad as Hell program. He's the man behind something called VHS Revue, which is a wonderful dive into the vaults of 80s TV ads and bad, cheesy ads. This one's very relevant to ABC listeners. This is back in the day when the ABC radio, this very station, as it was called then, 702 2BL, was advertising on Australian TV.
ABC 702BL News.
Today, once again, the opposing factions are
Current affairs.
Airport security staff have thwarted an attempt to...
Sport.
She's got it won. Riley Boyle's won the 400 meters.
Music.
Come on and do it again.
Talk back.
Then I suppose you have to enforce the law if it is the law.
That's right.
702BL. We're on your wavelength.
Gee, how many names has this station had? I remember 702 and I remember 2BL. I don't remember 702BL. But the amazing thing about that, I mean, it's not particularly amusing just on its own, but the weird thing about is that where it was played, David.
Yeah, that's an ad from Channel 7.
Yeah,
so,
ABC Radio advertising on Channel 7.
Yeah. I mean, today you might see a billboard, or you might see an ad on the ABC for ABC Radio. But yeah, I don't think the taxpayer would be okay with money going to the commercial networks.
Well, there's a couple of issues. The ABC probably doesn't have the money to pay for advertising on commercial TV, but the various stations and different networks have got more protective and possessive of their own patches. They don't like to advertise at each other. I remember seeing something recently. What was it? It was I think one of the commercial stations was advertising for Stan, like one of the streamers, which is a direct threat to them, obviously, in this day and age. And I thought that was weird and brave. But yeah, for the ABC to be on Channel 7, really, really interesting. David, thanks so much for bringing us this gold from the archives this morning. If people want to check out VHS Revue, where does it sit?
You go to YouTube, VHS Revue, and by the way, that's Revue, R-E-V-U-E. So I really regret calling it that because you have to specify how to spell one of the words in the title every single time. But yeah, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Just Google it and you'll probably find it.
And how many eps are there to date?
Episode 38 comes out today.
There you go.
And I got all the way up to 50 is going to come out this year.
And I guess if anyone has any old VHS tapes lurking down the back of the couch or in a cupboard somewhere, David is the man who will take them off your hands. So give us a call. We'll put you in touch with him.